Welcome to this session on building resilient systems with Microsoft Azure. I'm Sudha Mahajan, Partner Product Manager at Microsoft. Today, we'll explore how Azure networking delivers reliability and resiliency for your mission-critical workloads. Let's dive into the core principles and best practices for resiliency in Azure networking. Let's set the stage for a discussion today. When we talk about resiliency in Azure, we are not just referring to technical features or isolated best practices. We are talking about a holistic approach, a journey that starts with understanding what resiliency means, moves through the specific solutions Azure offers, and ends with actionable strategies you can implement right away. So here's what we'll discuss today. First, we'll define resiliency and why it matters in today's cloud-first world. Then, we'll explore how ExpressRoute delivers resilient connectivity, followed by a look at zone redundancy in NAT gateway and application gateway. We'll dive into best practices for Azure, Frontier, and DNS. And finally, we'll wrap up with a validation that help you ensure your architecture is truly robust. Throughout, I'll share real-world examples and insights from customers who have transformed their reliability posture using these features. My goal is to give you not just information, but a clear sense of how to apply these concepts in your own environment. Let's begin our journey into Azure resiliency. Imagine you're responsible for keeping mission-critical workloads into running no matter what. The stakes are high, and every minute of downtime can mean lost revenue, customer trust, and even regulatory risk. That's why Microsoft Azure has made resiliency a foundational principle across its networking infrastructure and services. Let's begin with the foundation, resiliency as a shared responsibility. Imagine you're building a skyscraper. Microsoft is the architect and builder. We lay the foundation, construct the framework, and ensure the building meets the highest standards. But as the owner, you decide how to use the space, where to put the safety exit, and how to maintain the building over the time. In Azure, this means Microsoft provides resilient data centers, robust deployment processes, and ongoing maintenance. But you, as the customer, choose which services to enable for high availability, disaster recovery, and backup. You architect your applications to take advantage of these capabilities. Why is this important? Because true resiliency isn't just about what the platform offers, it's about how to use it. If you deploy a mission-critical application but don't configure redundancy or backup, you're leaving risk on the table. I've seen organizations dramatically reduce downtime simply by understanding and acting on this shared responsibility. It's a partnership. And when both sides play their part, the results are powerful. High uptime, faster recovery, and greater peace of mind. Now let's talk about ExpressRoute and its resiliency tiers. Think of ExpressRoute as your private highway to Azure. But not all highways are built the same. Standard resiliency is like a single-lane road, great for light traffic, but if there's a blockage, you're stuck. It's designed for non-production workloads with a lower tier SLA, 99%. Maximum resiliency is a superhighway, dual circuits, dual location, and a 99.95 SLA. It's built for mission-critical workloads where downtime is simply unacceptable. High resiliency or metro is a dual-lane road spanning two locations. If a lane closes, traffic can reroute. This is ideal for production workloads offering a 99.9 SLA at no extra cost. We are live at 12 plus locations and with many more coming soon. Choosing the right tier isn't just a technical decision, it's a business decision. I've worked with customers who moved from standard to high resiliency and saw their outage risk drop dramatically, all without increasing cost. particularly after Chicago outage from 2+ years ago, where the customers with standard resiliency saw the downtime, but the ones with multi-site setup were unaffected. We are seeing more and more customers moving to metro or high resiliency with multi-home setup. For those, the highest stakes, maximum resiliency provides the ultimate safety net. But how do you know if your ExpressRoute is set up and is truly resilient? Azure provides a scorecard, a proactive tool that scans your network design, SKU selection, and topology, flagging any risks or gaps. Imagine having a dashboard that not only tells you where you're vulnerable, but also gives you step-by-step recommendation to fix those issues. The scorecard highlights missing site diversity, suboptimal routing, and non-resilient configurations. It's available in Azure Portal, CLI, and PowerShell, so you can access it wherever you work. This isn't just about compliance, it's about empowerment. You get actionable insights that helps you strengthen your architecture before the problem arises. I've seen teams use this tool to catch issues that would have led to outages, saving time, money, and reputation. Validation is the next step. ExpressRoute lets you simulate site failovers in real time. You can test your workload connectivity, identify non-redundant routes, and get recommendations to align with best practices. Picture running a fire drill for your network before the real emergency happens. You see exactly how the system responds, where the weak points are, and how to shore them up. This hands-on validation gives you confidence that your setup will survive real-world failures. Again, it's not just a theory, it's practical assurance. I work with organizations that are eager to make tweaks based on these simulations and avoided major outages down the line. It's a simple step with huge impact. Let's shift to NAT Gateway. The new zone redundant NAT Gateway is a game changer. It offers future-ready connectivity, including IPv6 support and resiliency at no extra cost. You get enhanced traffic insights, double the data processing capacity, and reduced management overhead. Instead of configuring NAT gateway for each subnet, you attach it at VNet level, and it applies everywhere. It's powered by Azure's next-generation load balancing platform, so you get scalability and efficiency out of the box. For customers handling large-scale distributed workloads, this means fewer headaches, better performance, and strong reliability. We expect many teams will cut their management time in half while doubling their throughput, all thanks to this upgrade. Application Gateway has also evolved. Zone redundancy is now the default, meaning your gateway instances are automatically distributed across multiple availability zones. If you need lower latency, you can opt for a single zone, but for most scenarios, this default ensures high availability and resiliency for your applications. This is especially valuable for web-facing workloads where downtime means lost customers. By spreading instances across zones, you're protected against localized failures. Again, the real-world example that comes to my mind, I've seen e-commerce and many retail platforms maintain seamless service during regional outages simply because they leverage zone redundancy. It's a small configuration change, again, with massive benefits. Azure Front Door is another critical service for mission-critical workloads. Given the recent outage, I want to bring some attention to this. While we are doing more to improve the resiliency of the service, we are also using this platform as an opportunity to remind you of this shared responsibility that we have together in this partnership. There are two main strategies for resiliency here if you see an issue. First, you can fail over to your origin during health events, reverting back once AFT is healthy. When you fail over, which involves removing ACL binding during failover, we also recommend using application gateway with WAF and DDoS protection. Second, you can use a multi-CDN strategy, either active-active or active-passive, to fail over to another CDN if AFD or Azure front door experiences issues. Again, use one with good WAF and DDoS protection. The key is to ensure equivalent security configurations on both CDNs. These strategies aren't just theoretical. They're used by global enterprises to keep their websites and APIs online during major incidents. I've seen companies maintain 100% uptime during provider outages by implementing these strategies. It's about building layers of protection so your business never misses a beat. Azure Load Balancer brings resiliency at scale. The standard SKU is zone redundant by default, with front-end IPs served across multiple zones. The global load balancer supports traffic from multiple regions, enabling global failover. Health probes detect failures and remove unhealthy regions from rotation. The best practice is to design for fail-safe behavior, use multiple front ends, plan for zone redundancy, and build retry logic into your applications. This approach ensures that even if an entire region goes down, your users experience minimal disruption. I've seen SaaS providers use these features to deliver uninterrupted service to millions of their users worldwide, even during large-scale outages. It's about designing for the unexpected and delivering reliability at every level. Now, last but not the least, DNS is often overlooked, but it's the most critical and absolutely critical element. Azure DNS is zone redundant by default. You don't need to deploy multiple instances for resiliency. Private DNS zones are global, working across regions and subscriptions. Public DNS zones and Traffic Manager can withstand multi-region failures, and there's a 100% SLA for public zones and ATM, which is Azure Traffic Manager. You also get built-in DDoS protection, DNS security policy, and private resolver. For organizations with complex distributed environments, this means simplified management and stronger protection against attacks and outages. I've seen financial institutions rely on Azure DNS to maintain secure, resilient connectivity across continents with zero downtime, even during targeted attacks. As we wrap up this deep dive into Azure networking resiliency, I want to leave you with a few essential thoughts. Resiliency isn't just a technical checkbox, it's a strategic advantage. By understanding the shared responsibility model, choosing the right connectivity and redundancy options, and leveraging Azure's built-in validation and monitoring tools, you're not just protecting your workloads, you're empowering your business to thrive, even in the face of unexpected challenges. Thank you.